And I went into the interview process. Of course, it was virtually, but I did an interview with what? With Locs and a nose ring. What's up, Loc family? Welcome back to Jazzy Locs, and here at Jazz. I'm back with another video. If you are new here, welcome, friend. Glad to have you. And for this video today, you all, I would like to discuss the topic of locs in the workplace. This topic came to my mind because I know that's something that a lot of us deal with locs, whether you're at the starter lock phase or whether you're at the mature lock phase. I would assume there was at least a point in your life where you felt like your locs may have been an issue in the workplace, or you just didn't know whether the job you was working at or the interview that you was going to or the internship or just anything work-wise, professional-wise, you just did not know how it would be received by higher management. So I wanted to come on today to talk about my experience with locs in the workplace, and then just some tips to be able to navigate with having locs or starter locs in the workplace. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Also, y'all, before we get into the video, I want to let you all know, I know I mentioned doing a Q&A, but I probably won't be able to do that. Y'all haven't sent me nothing. I haven't got nothing in my Instagram. I haven't got nothing in my email. So how I'm going to do a Q&A without no Q&As, without no questions to answer? So I did want to put it out there to let y'all know that I haven't forgot about y'all with the Q&A. I just haven't got any questions to answer. With that being said, if you would like to ask me questions, I'm still open to it. So the only thing you have to do is just my inbox, and I'll leave my Instagram right here, or you can email me at jasmineashley2015@gmail.com. I'm gonna put it right here as well. And yeah, I'm still open to answering those questions, but I gotta get some questions to answer, y'all. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump to the video. Before we do so, you already know what to do. Do not forget to subscribe to your girl channel. I am waiting. Thank you. Okay, also check me out on Instagram. The name is I'm Just Jazzy. I'm gonna link it right here. You can check me out on Instagram. Also, do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to comment your experience in the workplace. Have your locs in the workplace been a good experience for you, or have you dealt with negative interactions with locs in the workplace? Drop it in the comment section. Let's get some engagement going. I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, y'all, so I know I have mentioned a time or two before about when I started my locs in the beginning and the professional setting I was working in. If you have already been subscribed to my channel and have watched a great bit of my older videos, then I'm pretty sure you have ran across it. But for those of you who have not seen those previous videos, I would like to give you all a backstory. So I started my locs on September the 4th of 2018. At the time, I was working at a state agency job, which I still do work for the state, but I was working a different job at the time with the state, which is Department of Driver Services, or what most people call the DMV. I was a driver examiner. And so I started my starter locs, and my starter locs was pretty short, so I'm going to link a picture right here to show you how short my starter locs was. So yeah, my starter locs was very short. So I went one day, got my starter locs installed, and then I went back to work the next day. And y'all, I cannot stress enough just how insecure I felt in the beginning. I felt like I was going to be judged. I didn't know what my coworkers was going to think. I did not know how it was going to be with working with the general public coming in. What would they say about my locs? And I was very nervous about it, and I kind of felt insecure, kind of felt not sure about it. But I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to put my big old hoop earrings on, and I'm going to embrace my baby locs. I'm not going to put a wig over it. I'm not going to wrap it up. I did get a protective style the very first time I got my locs. I got it done into two little braids, but I took it out 2 weeks later, and then after that, I just wore my baby locs out. And the experience was pretty positive for me. I didn't have much negative feedback. And if I would get negative feedback, it would be like from customers who would say stuff like, your hair looks soft. What made you want to get locs? Or I would have people ask me stuff like, you must trying to start your locs, when my locs was completely mature already, which you can see when my hair had already been locked for a while. But you just have to have tough skin, let it roll off your back. I know it's hard, but you just have to develop that tough skin, because it's part of the starter process. It's gonna get better. It's just, you know, in the beginning, you know, they look kind of awkward. I don't like to call it the ugly stage, because I feel like no locks are ugly, but you know, it's kind of awkward, kind of short, not really mature, doesn't really have shape to it, so it kind of looks kind of weird in the beginning, but you just have to embrace it. That helps you get to the end process and make you appreciate it once your locks start blooming and get more mature. But so my experience in the beginning with the starter lock phase, you know, it was pretty okay in the workplace. Now at the same time, when I was going to work, working at the DMV or DDS or whatever so you call it, I also was in college at the time, and I also have graduated since then with my bachelor's in psychology and human services, so I have a degree in both of them. But at the time, I was doing my internship at the Department of Community Health, and I was working in the HR department. And the reason why I was doing HR, I'm just giving you all a backstory. I know y'all don't care, but the reason why I was doing HR, because at the time I wanted my psychology degree to be focused more towards industrial psychology, which is basically psychology in the workplace. So I decided to take up an internship in human resources to get more hands-on experience. Okay, but so when I first started my internship, I felt very insecure about my locks. I had them styled and everything, but I just didn't feel secure about it. Working in a corporate environment, working in an environment where you know, so many people are higher level. And you got to think about it. I wasn't just working in a regular internship. I was actually in the human resource department. So you have to hold yourself to a higher standards. So, you know, I kind of felt insecure about having locks. But no one ever came to me. No one ever made me feel insecure about it. It was just something I dealt with personally. I also had someone who actually worked there in the human resource department who had long, beautiful locks. But of course, her locks was mature at the time, and mine was still going through the starter lock phase. So, you know, I kind of felt a little weird going through that stage. But it was nothing major. I got through it. No one ever pulled me to the side about my locks. I made sure I kept them well groomed. Like I said, most of the times I had a protective style, but you best believe the times I did not have a protective style, I felt very, 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 very insecure. And I was just having to learn at the time, it's okay. What I did to make myself feel better, I watched a lot of lock videos, Natural Nirvana videos. She's a YouTuber who focuses on the lock community, who make lock videos. I would watch a lot of her videos to remind myself that it's just the process that you're going through. Your hair is going to grow. It's okay. No one haven't came to you and said nothing about your locks, so embrace it, Jazz. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with your hair. But it just took some time to get used to. And so after that, I would say probably about 6 months in, once they began to stretch out a little bit, honey, you couldn't tell me nothing. Now, was my locks down my back? No. But I began to feel more secure with it. I started not to care. I started to feel confident. I started to feel like a dreadhead. I started to feel like I was that girl. You could not tell me nothing. And ever since then, I am where I am now. And I think I've been locking for 2 years and 6 months now. So it's just part of the process. Now, my of course, as I told you, I worked at Department of Job Services. I do not work there anymore. So after that, I moved on to some more state agency jobs. So still with the state of Georgia, but in different areas. And when I went to those interviews, same thing. Got the job right away, wore my locks, didn't have no issue with it. And I would even have people you know, tell me they like my hair, you know, in the interview process. They would tell me, oh, I love your locks, or yeah, they said locks, but I love your locks, you know, so it let me know it was gonna be okay. And then the last job that I worked at the health department, and as I stated in a previous video, the big boss, when I first started, she told me that she loved my locks a lot and that she wanted to start locks herself. But just like me, with her being in the corporate world and with her being so high up, she was kind of, you know, feeling a little bit insecure about starting her locks, and just wasn't so sure that she knew how to make it professional. And I told her, I understand, went through the same process, but it's okay. It's things that you can do. You can do protective styles. Because she had a long length of hair. Her hair probably was about right here. So I was just letting her know, like, you know, it's okay, I understand, but it's things that you can do to make your hair look more professional, and if that's what you want to do, you know, go for it. So I'll never forget, I had been working there probably for about 8 months. She came in one day, and guess what? She started her locks. She did, and it looked so good. And then over time, I would see her style it. I would see it in the updo. Of course, she's still going through the starter lock phase, and because she had longer hair, she was able to do different styles, but she was embracing it, and it looked so good. No wonder how her locks look now. I know they just look so good and they're flourishing. But so that felt good for me to be able to come in at a lower level, embrace my locks, let her see me with my locks, and for her to be like, you know what, I'm gonna start them. And she did. So that was a great thing about it. And then lastly, I've been offered a job, and I went into the interview process. Of course, it was virtually, but I did an interview with what? With locks and a nose ring. And I do want to point out, this job also will be with the state of Georgia, so it's another state job. And I'm saying that to say you don't have to change much about yourself. As long as you're making yourself look professional, you don't have to change much about yourself to get a job. As long as you have the qualifications and your interview skills are on point. Yes, locks and a nose ring. And I got the job. I still got the job. So the only thing I can say is that my process with interviewing with locks and getting jobs with locks and working in the workplace with locks have not been bad. My experience has been great overall. Like I said, I may have a couple customers come in who's not informed about locks, who may ask ignorant questions such as, you know, about my texture in my locks, or they may refer to my locks as, I like your dreads. I try not to get too mad about that, because of course we all know in the lock community there is nothing dreadful about my hair, but a lot of people are just not educated like we are. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna battle back and forth between locks and dreads. I know I call them locks, but if you call them dreads, tomato, tomato, whatever. But other than that, I haven't really had no really bad experience with it. But let's go ahead and be honest and address the elephant in the room. It's not that easy for everyone, especially if you're working in an environment where there's not much diversity. If you're working in an environment where it's particularly people with more straight hair, you know where I'm going, then locks may not be accepted, you know, and it may make you feel, you know, kind of not confident. And I can definitely understand that. And what I can tell you is just to keep going, just keep being positive. And if they can't accept your locks, then you don't need to work there. Like, it's not for you. You need to work at a place that's going to accept you entirely, from your hair to your toes. You understand? So yeah, that's what I would say about it. Some ways to navigate that is just to be confident, just to realize that your locks are beautiful, and don't let no one tell you otherwise. You are bomb. You are a lock king. You are a lock queen. Do not let no one tell you otherwise. Embrace your locks. If you're at the starter lock phase, I can really see how that can be kind of hurtful and kind of overwhelming. But just understand it's just a process that you're going through. Your locks are going to get longer. They're going to develop. They're going to be down your back. You just got to hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute.
You know, stay positive and just realize your locks are going to grow. It's just the process of it. What you can do is just do like some work-friendly hairstyles, and I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot of YouTube videos out there that you can Google, that you can YouTube, that will tell you different ways to wear your hair in a workplace or to an interview. Just YouTube lock-friendly styles, headbands, accessories, cute little scarves. If you're a man, I would say maybe getting a lineup, you know, making sure you have a retwist before you're going into an interview. Once you get the job, it is what it is. These are my locks. Embrace it. It is what it is. Like, I'm not going to get my hair retwisted every 3 weeks because it makes you feel comfortable. You know, you got to do what's best for you, and just realize that these are my locks. This is how my hair grows out of my hair. And if you're not able to understand that, or if you're going to be negative about it, then maybe I shouldn't work for you. I'm not going to work in a workplace where you make me feel uncomfortable because of my hair. No one is shaming you for your hair because it's straight or relaxed or not kinky or not coily. So don't do the same for me. We all have our hair preferences, so this is what I choose to wear my hair. So that's some ways you can navigate it But just build tough skin. Just realize that everyone does not understand locks, and it is what it is. Your locks are beautiful, and you are a strong person to be able to get locks, go through the journey of locks, hold your head high, and stand like this, like, and, oh, okay. And say stuff back to them. If somebody asks you something stupid about your locks, ask them the same question about their hair. Do you wash your locks? I do. Do you wash your hair? Well, yeah, Jasmine. Okay, I wash my hair too. How do you get your hair like that? It kind of grows out of my head. How do you get your hair like that? What do you mean? Well, what do you mean? You asked me how to get my hair like that, so I'm asking you how to get your hair like that. Give it back to them and see how it makes them feel. Now, if that's your boss, don't do it to your boss now. But you need to go ahead and start applying for some jobs somewhere else, because that job ain't meant for you. Because, well, I can't tell you if the job is meant for you or if it's not meant for you, but I know I wouldn't want to be around that energy, because energy is very, very, very important. Energy can weigh you down. Energy can lift you up. If you're around negative energy, it can also get attached to your locks. And we don't need negative energy attached to our locks, you know. But that's just some ways to navigate through the workplace. But I hope this video is informative to you. I hope I provided you with some knowledge about locks in the workplace through my experience, and just how to navigate through the workplace. And I want y'all to stay confident. I want you to keep embracing your locks. If you're at the starter lock phase, do not comb your locks out. Embrace it. It's going to get better. Don't let them in the workplace make you feel like you shouldn't have locks, because that's not what society tells us. No, embrace your locks, boo. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll catch you all next video. Deuces.